I'm Emma Massingale. I'm a professional horse trainer. Loading, the most common problem that lots and lots of people struggle with on a daily basis. Loading, what's not to love if you're a horse? A rattly, small, claustrophobic space. So what we've got to do is teach our horses to be okay in that situation. I believe loading, to overcome any loading issues, the best way is with preparation. So I have sort of 3 basic prerequisites before I'd even go anywhere near a horse box with my horse. And that is, first of all, I want to be able to move my horse's front end over. Okay, and I want to be able to move my horse's hindquarters away. This is because horses are really clever at knowing how to get out of things, and we've probably all experienced where they've gone off the side of the ramp or around the corner, and if we're not able to move a particular part of their body, we're not able to set ourselves up to get them in that box. Second thing we're going to do is introduce a narrow space. Now, whether you have a trailer or a horse box, the position that the horse has got to go in is a small space, and we can't simulate that unless we use some poles and some barrels and anything we've got at home, really. So all I'm going to do is ask Itzy to walk, move his shoulder over and walk through my narrow gap. Okay, and I'm looking, so there he wanted to come out, good boy. And now I'm going to ask him to move his hindquarters over. So although he found that fairly easy, I'm looking for his reaction, how he feels about that. He obviously finds that pretty easy, so we'll make it a little bit more difficult. Now I've raised the poles up, so they're mimicking now the petition, because he might touch the sides with his belly, and what I don't want him to do is get a fright in the box. I want him to have felt that and possibly had that experience out here where it's perfectly safe, and if he did get a fright, I could repeat the exercise again and again until he was okay. I'm going to ask him to walk straight through first of all. Good boy. Itzy's pretty relaxed, but you might find that your own horses, when they get halfway through there, they squirt out the other end. Okay, and it's really important then to just literally keep repeating the exercise until they can walk through calmly. Once my horse is walking through calmly, good boy, I'm going to ask him to walk through with me. Okay, and I'm going to ask him to stop in that space. So he's in my trailer now, okay? And it's important we don't skip to this stage with our horse still shooting out the other end. So by this point, my horse is pretty comfortable at walking through calmly, so I know that I'm going to be safe asking him to stop here. The other thing we have to do is get him to back up out of our trailer. Obviously sometimes in the lorry they can just turn around and walk out forwards, but it is nice for every horse to be prepared, because you never know when you might have to load them in a trailer. Good boy. I'm going to ask him to back up. Good boy. This is where he might touch the sides with his tummy, that sort of thing. And again, I just want him to have those experiences out here in a safe environment, not associate being a little bit frightened with the lorry. Good boy. So he's pretty cool with that. Now he's confident going through the space, we're going to introduce the top. This mimics our trailer. When our horse puts his foot on the ramp and goes, oh, it made a funny noise, I don't like it, and they take their foot off, it's a little bit frightening, whereas the top is a cheap way of achieving that same result, because when they put their foot on it, it makes a bit of a noise. So all I'm going to do is ask Itzy to walk over the tarpaulin, and he says, oh, I'm scared. So I'm going to keep a bit of pressure so he doesn't tread on me. Good boy. If he steps on it, I'm going to rub him. Good boy. Good lad. Good lad. Good boy. Good. So a bit like he might if this was a strange lorry. Good boy. Ask him to come forward again. Good boy. Good boy. And what I want is for him to be relaxed about walking on and off it. So I'm going to keep repeating the exercise until he doesn't even notice or acknowledge that there's a tarpaulin underneath him. So you can see that if I'd have asked Itzy straight away to go onto my lorry ramp, he might have said, oh, that made a funny noise, I'm frightened. And although by association with a lorry he's familiar with, he might have been frightened if it had been putting him in a friend's lorry or a lorry that he didn't know. You can see now how he's getting the hang of it. He's starting to relax, but he is still acknowledging it, and I'm going to just keep going until he's not even acknowledging that the tarpaulin is there. Good boy. That's better, those last few steps. Again, just move his hindquarters, ask him to step over. Good boy. Good boy. Good lad. So that last time was fine. He didn't really acknowledge the tarpaulin was there, and I was happy to move on from that situation. Good boy. So now, quite simply, I'm going to combine the two. I'm going to see if the horse can cope with a claustrophobic environment and potentially something that makes a funny noise with his feet. We'll see how he gets on. Again, I'm going to go back to sending him through because I want to keep myself safe. I'm not going to assume he'd be okay with it. Good boy. Good boy. Good lad. Good boy. And then once we're pretty confident with that, I'm going to ask him to come through. And you can see how if I'd have gone straight to this stage, I could have got Itzy to be frightened or squirt out the front or barge the poles out the way. He would be reactive because he was a bit frightened of the tarpaulin. Good boy. And then from there, I'm going to ask him to back out. And again, when we're backing them out, we're looking for the straightness, because I don't know about you, but I don't like it when they fall off the ramp. There's potential for them to hurt themselves. And again, that trust then between us might be lost if they were to scratch their leg or give themselves a real fright. Good boy. So now I'd feel totally confident to ask my horse, or any horse that could do these things, to go and walk into a lorry or a trailer. Good boy.